Turn it up, everybody.
Let's go.
Turn it up. Oh, my gosh. Belt to ass tonight. Let's go.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
A lot of people are saying, "What's your daddy?" What is, everybody? Welcome to the Winner's Load.
Let's go.
Oh, man. Beating the Lakers on a Saturday.
Nothing better.
Michael Malone gets a new mark in the history books.
Yes, he does.
Jokic dominates. Westbrook dominates. So much gives. We got everything tonight.
We got
fellas.
a new shirt
We
right
got
there.
a new shirt. Look at that. We're going to Braun Taun, baby.
Home of the champions.
Home of the champions. That's a beautiful shirt, D-Line.
Thanks, guys.
You in your bag for
Good
this
job,
one.
Eli.
Hey, thanks, guys. I got help on this one from our new illustrator that I work with named,
Do you not want to share? Or?
well, I'll see it for myself.
Okay. Save it for
His
yourself.
name is Adam. That's why
that's
I
why
stopped halfway through. And then and I knew that you were, I was like, he's going to claim responsibility for this as soon as I say it.
Oh, man. I would absolutely do it. I would absolutely do it. Guys, we're at the Toyota Winners Lounge, driven by your front range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. We're also presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I got Brennan Vogt in the house.
433 wins. Michael Malone, the first Nuggets coach to win a title.
Hell yeah.
Is officially the greatest Nuggets coach in Nuggets history. And if you guys would like to read about that, you can. It's already up for the diehards at the DNVR.com.
Oh, yeah.
He's been working on this one for a while, man. Been cooking on it.
Hell yeah.
Get in the lab, man. Check it out. Over here, D-Line Co.
Coach Malone was bestowed an honor tonight. He graduated to be the most prestigious, the most recognized, the most official coach to ever suited up for the Denver Nuggets.
Really sweater it up or like kind
Well,
of like,
to quarter zip it up for the
Yeah,
Denver Nuggets.
quarter
Passing those that have plaited it up for the Denver Nuggets in the past. Big night, man. Big night. It's a beautiful night. Everyone's eating. Delicious.
Bar was popping as well. Rounding out the show, Harrison wins.
I'd say it's only fitting that he did it against his child.
I know.
His son.
I know.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
It was nice that his sons were there to see him.
Yeah.
you
I'm
know.
actually happy the Nuggets didn't win last night now.
It actually makes it feel
Because
better.
now we get everything tonight, and it's
I know.
worth it.
It's like a little much, to be honest.
I'm telling
There's a
you,
lot
man,
going on.
People sometimes are like, 82 games is too many, this or that. Like, whatever. Everybody can have their own take. I'm always like, you know what, man? I just love that we get to watch this team play, and you get these nights every now and then. You know, throughout the year, there's like 10, 15 games that really stand out. This is one of them because it was dominant
Yep.
from the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
And the Lakers, who were like, really, I mean, I know they lost the last game at the buzzer, but they had been feeling good about themselves. Can't be feeling good about themselves now. You guys ready for a fast breakdown?
Let's do it.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I enjoyed the bar tonight.
Oh,
So I
wow.
didn't
The
take
bar
very-
was popping. Shout out to Red Hawk Roofing,
Man.
sponsoring the watch party tonight. We love those guys.
Yeah, thanks for not lying to us for once.
So
A lot of big names in the house, too.
here's my first note, Kale. I always tell you, I love when it tells the story. I tell you that. Westbrook assisting all over the court. He had like
Wow.
5 assists in 4 minutes.
So
to
you
start
didn't
this
have a
game.
note until like 6 minutes into this
It
game.
is kind of true. I did.
Actually, Adam came over like panicked. He's like, "Oh, I haven't taken any notes yet."
Well, to be honest with you, the game was kind of just a good game. There wasn't like a standout thing. Christian Brown did have 10 points in the first quarter, and it was 31-27 Nuggets. We get Dario minutes. You always wonder every night, who's it going to be? Who's Dario? And it was rough.
It was
We're not going to
Sario.
sugarcoat it, man. They lost the lead. There was a run that included a Lakers getting a clear path foul. That was such a... The clear path foul thing's weird because he was almost in the restricted area.
And he was also grabbing onto Westbrook.
He pulled a Harden, man. It's kind of lame. But they were rolling, and they took the lead 57-63 Lakers at the half. But in the third quarter, that is a quarter for
The ages.
the ages. The memory book.
That is a
I'm having
quarter
a hard
for
time
the
talking
quarter.
history
tonight.
book.
Can't think of any phrases. The Nuggets had an 8-0 start, took the lead, and then they just kept it going. It never slowed down. 37-15 in the third quarter.
Dominant.
Jamal Murray does get hit in the eye. Westbrook comes in, and man, Westbrook, Jokic, we're going to talk about them. It just worked, man. It was dominant. The fourth quarter, Yoke got a nice extended rest. DeAndre comes in this time. He does a really good job. The bench did not give an inch. Yoke's just kind of chilling there. They checked him back in the game just because it was like, well, I guess it's time. We don't really need to, but Yoke, go back out there, put it away. And put it away he did. Nuggets had all kinds of cherries on top. Jokic 3, that felt like a nail in the coffin. Then Westbrook 3, just another nail in the coffin. It was a celebration all fourth quarter. Bar was going nuts. All right, the homies who sponsored the watch party tonight, Red Hawk Roofing. Let's get to some Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways.
Oh, man.
Wind?
I'm up first. Whew.
Everybody in different spots tonight.
I know. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is, man.
Just wind.
Yeah, really pretty this isn't Dev, you know that, right?
Yeah, it's not
My
bad.
Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is the Nuggets still own the Lakers.
Yes.
I've heard a lot of talk about how good of a season Anthony Davis is having.
MVP, honestly.
In the MVP conversation, all these points he's putting up, Nikola Jokic on the second night of a back-to-back ran him up and down the floor all night. Belt to ass. This was a murder.
Yeah.
No, it was not good.
This was a dominating performance by Nikola Jokic in that matchup against Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis had nothing tonight.
Yeah.
It was an embarrassing game, I thought, from Anthony Davis. He did not rise to the occasion at all. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets did. That was sweet. What might have been even sweeter was Russell Westbrook having a great game against a team that still hates him and a fan base that still hates him. I can't wait for future Nuggets-Lakers matchups because,
I know.
man, it is so sweet when
Family
we beat the
reunion.
Lakers, and it's even better when we beat them with Russell Westbrook.
34,
We own the Lakers still.
34 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. But you know the difference between him and AD? AD plays defense, though.
Right, that's right,
Like,
yeah.
if you want to
Two-way
get a
player,
stop,
two-way player.
If you
That's-
have,
yeah.
That's what people don't
Yeah.
if
understand.
it's a matchup of two
That's
MVP
how I
guys,
like my MVPs.
that's how I like mine as well.
Yeah.
By the way, Yoke plus 39. Just
Plus
as, like,
39.
Just so we're not, like, it's not like, well, the numbers don't tell a story. They told the story.
like,
A lot of
clear.
people throwing out single game plus minuses lately.
Yeah.
Plus 39 for Jokic in this one.
So dominant, absolutely dominant. Great big takeaway. We're going to talk more about that later on. D-line?
What a beautiful team win by the Denver Nuggets, obviously headlined by their sun god Nikola Jokic that makes all things happen,
sun
all
god.
things possible. But like the Nuggets really played like a unit tonight. We had the one the stench unit that was with Dario Saric. Like they were just hemorrhaging points.
Yeah, they were.
But generally speaking, the Nuggets just worked like a really well-oiled machine. Like they were just, everybody was eating, everybody was contributing. It just felt like mid-season form for the Denver Nuggets. There was no stress. It was just like a beautiful thing to behold. And yes, just to watch the dominance of Nikola Jokic and like what that opens up, obviously, for the rest of the squad. Everyone feeling comfortable and confident. Everyone stepping up, knocking down shots. Beautiful. What a beautiful sight to
It
behold.
was beautiful, man.
It was a beautiful night, man. A beautiful night.
I can't decide.
Which
I have two. All right, I'll save one for the.
Go with BJ. Go with BJ if that's what you want. It's because I'll take the other one.
All right, I'll go with MPJ. This one's from
Shocker.
This one's from. Well, that's why I didn't want to.
It's a good one. I want you to do it, though. It's better if you do it.
All
He
right.
was great.
I did tell you guys on the pregame show. If you look it up statistically, Michael Porter Jr. is his best self on Saturday nights.
You did say this.
He also loves the Lakers. It came true
You're
again.
right, man.
24, 11, and 4, 10 of 15, shooting 4 of 7
10
from
of
3,
15.
4 assists. But how about this, guys? This one comes to us
4
from
assists.
our guy Jake Coyne at the Stat Squatch
I like
on Twitter,
this.
friend of the show. It's a real out there one, but I'm going to do it. With tonight's win, Michael Porter Jr. owes a career record of 13-3 when starting against LeBron James.
It's like fewer games than I would have guessed. though.
Against the 303 players in NBA history with 10 or more starts against LeBron, none of them has a better record than Michael Porter Jr.
Laser. LeBron knows it too. Like I feel like LeBron actually knows that stat somehow. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Intuitively,
I
he's
think
like,
he feels it.
He feels
MPJ
it,
owes
yeah.
the Lakers. I don't know what it is, but this is one of those teams, and Saturday nights is one of those nights.
absolutely. When I have the Saturday part, actually makes it so much
love
better.
it so much.
It's so
I don't know what it is.
It's
But I
probably
love it.
randomness, but you know what? We'll
It's
take it.
randomness for sure. Yeah.
My big takeaway, man, my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. And by the guys were they're so fun in the bar. They also bring
They're the
energy.
homies,
It
man.
makes like the bar even more fun.
Love those guys.
Dude, they walk around here like they own the place, and I wish they did.
Yeah.
I'm actually like
I
very
agree.
comfortable with it. It's like a guy shows up and you're like, all
Yeah.
Can I call you Dad?
Yeah.
I'm chilling upstairs. They're just come on up, hang
I
out.
love
Like,
it.
please come up.
I
Yeah.
love it, dude. They're part of the fam,
They're
man.
the freaking best. My Red Hot Roofing big takeaway is when we came in, we always do like brightest timeline to a season in the offseason. What will be the brightest timeline? And we kept saying, man, it'd be pretty cool if Westbrook and Jokic had a nice two-man
Yeah,
game.
it's a great one.
It'd be pretty cool because Westbrook, persona non grata, a little bit of a pariah on the Clippers, on the Lakers, on all his previous teams. Could he find a home here and just click with Jokic in a way that would actually mean something? Because we always say Jokic can play with anyone. Westbrook's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
He's not just like, fitting in, Jokic saving him. He's freaking awesome. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 6 of 10 shooting, plus 17 off of the bench. And Murray goes out in that third quarter. He gets hit in the nose, kind of needs a second to regather himself. You bring in Westbrook, and it was like just a whole different punch. And it's so cool that the Nuggets have this identity. He's so good at getting the ball to Jokic.
He's figured it out.
Yeah.
He's figured it out, man.
It's not that hard, but some guys don't figure it out. He has.
Well, first of all, the figuring it out part was not a given. You wonder what Westbrook's a former MVP. Does he hey, it's a partnership here? I eat, you eat. The truth is, he just looks for Jokic every time. But he's such a good passer. Pocket passes, over the top passes, interior passes. He finds Jokic, and if you find Jokic in the paint, it's a bucket. Jokic is getting buckets. He had 34 tonight, 20 shots. Some of it felt easy. A lot of that was Westbrook setting the table.
He's a 36-year-old point guard. And you know who the lost art of entry passes was not lost on? Russell Westbrook.
I know.
Who learned how to play this game a long time ago.
Yeah.
So honestly, all the fundamental passing work that you'd like to see from a point guard that we don't always see from modern guards, you almost go, man, what a great career he's had. It's too bad. Obviously, Jokic is one of one. They couldn't get this guy a dynamic center. I mean, he's a good short pick and roll player. He's a good entry passer. He's an unconventional passer. He's really good at the timing seems funky, but it's funky to the defense too. And he just finds a way to unload it real quickly. And it's really simple when you're playing with Jokic. And Russ, I think one of the great joys of the season has been the way that when he's on the floor with Jokic, Russ has not overcomplicated it.
He really has it, man. But he's just also so skilled. And obviously the energy, man.
It's
energy
the
is
energy
huge.
more, yeah.
Well, I mean, I honestly think the passing to Jokic is also huge because it just gives you a whole new... he gets to the paint better than Jamal Murray by a lot. He doesn't do other stuff, obviously. I'm not trying to compare him. I'm just saying he gets beyond the first line of defense really, really well. And so once you're there, if you can find Jokic, then it's like, all right, the defense is completely compromised. And he just does it a lot, man. Not just tonight. It's really been a growing thing throughout the year. They're getting better together.
It's the craziest thing that we all hypothesized would be the case, but is really bearing fruit, is the idea that Russell Westbrook is just energy and effort. He just is. He exemplifies that. He embodies that. That is his game. And it just is wild what it brings to a squad like the Nuggets that need that specific kind of leadership. You need to give your all tonight and every night. And it's a privilege to play this game, and you got to really cherish it and put your all into it. You can see that coming out of Russell Westbrook, especially now in the twilight of his career. You could tell that he recognizes what he's involved in, and so he's not taking it lightly. And it just rubs off on the rest of the Nuggets. It's just it's a story that I think we all hoped would work out this way. Obviously, we're still a little bit young in the season to say definitively that it's been a success, or that it is a success. But these early returns have been incredible, and it's funny, again, because this is so early in the season, and the conversation goes back and forth depending upon how the Nuggets do any given night. Calvin Booth is a genius or he's a moron.
He's a genius tonight.
Tonight he's a genius.
He's a genius, dude.
Absolute great. What a deft move from Calvin Booth.
Yeah.
What a genius. Last night, moron.
Well, I mean, this was the vision with Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
This is what the Nuggets, and maybe what Nikola Jokic
I was gonna say, we gotta give him a little
envisioned
credit.
when he was asking to play with Russell Westbrook
there you
the last
go,
couple
Wind.
of years. A guy who can change the pace of a game, change the feel, change a tone, and change the energy just in a couple plays.
Yeah.
And that's what Russell Westbrook has done, especially over this latest stretch of basketball. The intangibles that he brings. It's just what this team needs right now. And with Jamal Murray not getting off to a great start this season, it's not ideal, But I actually wonder if it can be a little blessing in disguise because it's allowed Russell Westbrook to really make an imprint on this team. You know, if Jamal Murray is playing at an all-world playoff Murray level, maybe Russell doesn't get that opportunity. But Russell Westbrook right now is a needed component of this team. The Nuggets need him to do the things he does. And I think it's valuable that he's establishing that at this point in the season.
It's so valuable. They're going to need him. They're absolutely going to need him. I mean, he's got not only just the energy, and it's weird because you think that the chaos that he brings would be unsettling, but it's kind of like comforting. It's like a comforting chaos.
Because the Nuggets needed it. This is what's funny is most teams need calm. Because it's like there's very few guys that calm things down. Jokic is the ultimate calm, so you need energy, and he injects that. But you meant a point about Jamal. We're going to talk about him later on. But you know what I like? I like the Jokic, Westbrook, and Jamal trio. Yeah, I actually like all three of them together. So the Nuggets are finding something cool, and it's still early-ish in the season, but I just feel good about Westbrook on this roster right now, and it's really, really cool to see. All right, we got to take a break. On the other side, there's so much more to get to. Kale, we might go long today.
That's fine.
There's going to be a lot to talk about. Everybody, get those super chats in. We got more on the other side.
Regular chats, too.
Regular chats as well.
Guys, DNVR listeners, if you're on the hunt for the best fried chicken sandwiches, tenders, salads in Denver,
where do you go?
No further than Bird Call. Bird Call, it's the spot. It's all about all natural chicken goodness with a fully customizable menu. We're talking chef-crafted salads, award-winning tenders and nuggets, incredible tots and fries, creamy milkshakes. You name it, they've got it. They've also just dropped something new. The Bird in a Box.
Love it.
People are going crazy over it.
Here's how I'm going crazy.
Yeah, you are going crazy. This show's going crazy over it.
We're losing our fucking minds.
It's $9.95. Build your own Bird in a Box with your choice of 2 crispy sliders or 1 slider and 2 tenders, plus tots or fries, pickles, and one of their signature sauces. If you like it spicy, you can upgrade to Nashville hot tenders as well. Bird Call, it was hatched in Denver, Colorado. It's a Denver company. Now it has 8 restaurants across the Front Range, with more opening soon. Get over to Bird Call. Get your hands on a bird in a box. Bird in a box.
Also, just
it's my bird in a box.
Also, because it's now basically Sunday, and
you can't go to that other place.
You will do like I do every Sunday, where you're like, man, I really want a chicken sandwich. Yeah, Bird Call. Let's go.
DNVR listeners can get 20% off at Bird Call with the promo code DNVR. Order at eatbirdcall.com. Grab this offer through the end of the month. Offer valid on any order of $10 or more, 1 per guest per day. Not valid on catering orders or through third-party delivery sites.
Fellas, in the modern era, anyone can get out to a 20-point lead, but not everyone can put a full, complete 4-quarter performance together. You got to play buzzer to buzzer, man. You can't let your foot off the gas, First impressions are nice, D-line. But what about lasting impressions? What about lasting impressions? That's where Blue Chew comes in. My girlfriend's gone, right? Blue Chew helps boost your confidence in the bedroom.
Gone, yeah.
I think she's gone permanently, actually.
So you can perform at your very best. Again, it's a 4-quarter performance you're looking for, right? You just want to know it's going to be a complete one. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in a chewable form. Does it work? Are you sure that you need it or not? Well, make it easy for yourself. You can try it for free for a month and see for yourself. You're going to love it. Your partner is going to love it. And you could be missing out on some of the best times of your life, if you know what I mean. If we've got a special deal for our listeners, try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code ALLCITY at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's bluechew.com, promo code ALLCITY to receive your first month for free.
I said this back in 2023. I'm just saying, when Jokic was dominating AD, it was like in game 1 and really throughout the entire series, that LeBron had to be looking over at AD going like, I thought I got the best big in the game. I paired it so that I could have the best big and do this. And he really is hopeless. Like, LeBron honestly has to be like, he knows by now, but AD dominates everybody but one guy. And he just gets killed. It's kind of hilarious, man. It's hilarious to think he assembled what he thought was going to be an unstoppable duo, and then one guy came in and just wrecked it all.
Dude, the Nuggets have this swagger against the Lakers that's
it's beautiful.
Kind of unmatched. Jokic has this swagger against Anthony Davis. I mean, Jamal Murray typically plays well against the Lakers. Michael Porter plays well against the Lakers. Like, just look at the playoffs last year. The Nuggets know they own the Lakers, man. Like, they have so much confidence in this matchup, and you also feel like the Lakers know it too.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Like, Anthony Davis looks so timid all game tonight.
He doesn't go at Jokic, man.
Yeah.
When he goes at him, he's just trying to get the foul, and Jokic knows it, so he just like lets him. He bumps into him and falls. Then he takes jumpers when you're like, why aren't you trying to attack him? Just try to, and he won't do it, man.
They know it too, man. They
really
also
do.
know it.
The next guy I want to talk about, we talked a little bit about Michael Porter, but he really is coming into his own, and I give Westbrook a shout out on this part of it. Every time you shout out, you almost feel like a critique of Jamal. I do feel like Westbrook has a connection with MPJ as well, and MPJ's getting his shots up. 15, nothing felt forced, felt very in control. He's getting them from all over the court, and then 4 assists. I know it's not the craziest number. Mike was known as a 0 assist guy. He's getting it on the regular now.
There are a lot of scoring small forwards that don't get you 4 assists.
They don't.
They actually don't. Now, we know Mike doesn't average 4 assists. He does average 3, though.
I was going to say.
He does average
not
3.
that far off.
Hey, he did say in media day and in the preseason that this was a focus, that he wanted to be up over 2 assists per game. The bounce pass to Christian Braun in transition, that's not a pass he even looks for a year and a half ago, right? And even some of the over-the-top stuff he likes to Jokic. By the way, he's a sneaky good entry passer just by virtue of the fact that they're both really tall. So you just kind of lob it in there. This is a welcome addition from Mike because no one expects it. This is the thing. When Mike gets into the paint and he's in the mid-range, if you're defending Mike and if you're guarding someone else, everyone is assuming he's shooting. And every now and then when he looks to pass, catches guys off, catches by surprise, but also just keeping the ball moving. The extra pass to Jamal tonight so that Mike doesn't just have to be a hammer at the end of the offense. He can be a part of the flow. That is something we'd like to see him get better at, and obviously he's taken some steps in that direction this season.
Michael Porter, anybody?
I mean, it's beautiful. It's like watching his confidence swell, and I think he probably has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of KCP not being on this squad. Like, it just feels like all of those curl plays that typically would be run for KCP appear to be being run for Michael Porter Jr., and he's meeting it, the challenge. Like, he's knocking it down. You just like a night like this just feels so good. Like, there's just a healthy lifeblood flowing through the Denver Nuggets, and like so many guys look like they are going to be able to reach their potential, or at least like are en route to do it. And there's just smiles. Everybody's happy. Michael Porter Jr. looked great, man.
Yeah. Do you know how many 1 assist games he's had this year? 1 or 0?
Not many. Wow.
1.
Don't
That's
tell
actually
Dev.
insane.
Dev,
Don't tell Dev. Don't tell Dev.
Hey, tonight Dev told us to take the over. He got it.
And he got it. And actually, a lot of the bets hit tonight. And the other thing that Mike did that I liked that he did in the last game, too, it was a little too late for me. But just third quarter of just kind of looking around and,
he sensed the moment, it felt like.
That's it, Harrison. That's it. Oh, there's a lull. There's room for someone to make a play.
Yeah.
I'll be that guy. And honestly, I think he's as confident in that arena against the Lakers as he is any opponent right now.
He's got to be that guy, especially with Jamal Murray not being able to get off the looks he typically can.
Yep.
He's got to be that outlet. Like, he's got to create offense on his own. He's got to be aggressive. How often he's looking to get into the paint this year, it's been awesome. Like, he's just got to be that aggressive guy and have that mentality with this starting 5.
The ultimate metronome on the team is Jokic. Then the note he plays over and over again is 34, 14, and 11 or whatever. But the second best metronome on the team might be Christian Braun. 16 points tonight, 17 last game, 19 before, 13, 15, 14, 17. Yeah, it's always that same number.
Yep.
He just finds a way to do it on the same types of shots. He's never hunting it more than he should. I can't believe the guy. I mean, I can believe it, but the guy right now is just every single night it's the exact same stat line. 16 points. Tonight, just 2 rebounds, but 3 assists, a steal, played great defense. How many shots did he miss tonight?
0.
7 of 7.
7 of 7. The shots he makes at the rim,
Yeah.
he has leveled up as a finisher.
Yes.
At an unreal level, man. Like, he is so much better as a finisher this year than he was last year.
Confidence.
It's incredible, man. Like, all of these layups in traffic, contested through contact, he was missing them last year.
Yeah.
He makes them. He just makes everyone right
Every single one.
Bring the shirt back up.
Bring the shirt back
We got to
up.
go back to Braun Taun.
Yeah, let's go to Braun Taun.
We're going back to Braun Taun,
So
baby.
let me explain.
Yes.
So this is Home of the Champions. Featured within the letters are all 3 of Christian Brown's championships.
Hell yeah.
High school, college, and professional. And then we also have scenes from, the city of Denver. We have him yamming over an outline of a person that may or may not be Rudy
He kind of
Gobert.
looks like a tall French guy. But
Yeah, it may or may not be
Generic
Rudy
tall
Gobert,
French guy.
depending upon whose legal representation is listening.
I think I see Lucifer.
Lucifer, dude, it's like greetings from Braun Taun. You just want to send a postcard out. Braun Taun, USA.
Nothing better than living in Braun Taun. He's just so good, man. He's just so solid. But the next guy on the list, we got time, Kel? Yeah, we got time. The next guy on the list I want to get to is Peyton Watson, man. Plus 28 tonight, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Listen to this string of matchups he's had within the last 2 weeks. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James. You're throwing him on not just great players, but completely different types of guys. And he does the job, man. He is an unbelievable defender. An unbelievable defender.
He's an unbelievable defender, and we talked about this last night, but just consistency on both sides of the floor.
Yep.
You kind of just know what you're getting from Peyton Watson every night now. Double-digit scoring, some rebounding.
Naturally, too. Just like Christian,
Yeah,
it's natural.
within the flow of the
Yep.
offense, he's not forcing anything. He's going to take the shots when he's open, hit another 3 tonight, just going to make the right plays around the basket. And on the other end of the floor, he's going to give you near elite defense on these ridiculous matchups that are getting thrown his way. We talked about in the pregame how this was a big night for him. No Aaron Gordon, who's the Nuggets' primary matchup on LeBron in all these games they've played over the last couple of years. Well, it was Peyton Watson tonight. And, he did a great job. He did a great job.
He's also shooting possibly 100% from 3 in the fourth quarter this season.
I think he's... did he have one tonight? I don't know.
know if it was
he
in the
needed
fourth
it.
tonight.
Yeah.
He is settling into that corner spot. He looks comfortable on those corner threes, and he's getting a lot of them now.
Dude, the craziest thing about this stretch from Peyton Watson is we're not bringing up Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, you're right.
We're not just like,
Last game,
we got to just wait. Everyone be patient. He'll come back. Like, he's fitting in so seamlessly that it's not. I find myself unforgivably forgetting about Aaron Gordon. It just makes me think about what is to come when Aaron Gordon is actually back on the court, and then you have Peyton Watson playing this confidently with the bench, and also probably, I'm sure, with the starters. And it's just the realm of possibility that's been opened up for the Denver Nuggets coaching staff to be able to mix and match lineups depending upon who they're playing. Like, it should be something that they like. I mean, I would imagine this is like a great luxury for a coach.
I think that's a great point in the comments. Peyton Watson always plays so hard.
He does. Especially defensively.
He gets on the floor.
He goes after everything.
Sprints to loose balls.
He thinks he can block any shot, so he goes for it.
The effort's insane.
Yeah. You have a Peyton Watson thought?
No, I mean, I think the fella's got it. Just same as Christian. At the beginning of the year, Jokic was asked, this is more about Christian, but it applies to both of them, was asked what they need to do or keep doing, and he just said consistency. Like, that's just, and both of these guys, both of these guys have just sort of, you can pencil them in for a good to very good performance. We did say when Aaron Gordon went down, you always hope that there can be a silver lining, and it feels like wishful thinking when you say it.
Totally.
But Watson needed ramp. He needed runway, and he needed it alongside Jokic, where it wasn't all so frustrating, and it wasn't all trying to recover from an injury with guys he'd never played with before. Confidence goes a long way, and really, I think he's really confident right now, and that's great to see.
We talked about no KCP, so how are you going to guard the smaller guys? You have a defender for every type. Still TBD, although he did a great job on Kyrie in the last game, individually, and that's the type of guy we're talking about. So maybe he is the solve there. But put that aside, the little guard that you have to chase around screens. Denver has a lot of bodies to throw at wings. Your point about AG is great. You don't take away from the roster, you add to it. All these teams that are counting on their wings to carry you in a playoff, you go, all right, well, you're going to have to get through AG and Peyton and Christian, and all of those guys can guard in different ways and possess different challenges. And I think you feel it. Like, LeBron was not good tonight. 18.67. Like, he's been putting up triple-double numbers. Tonight, he wasn't able to do that. Peyton Watson did his job, man, and it was really cool.
Did you see that?
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
They attacked Coach Malone with a bucket of water.
Really
Way to go,
did.
Coach
I'm
Mo.
glad, man. I was kind of worried the players
Never
are
win
kinda-
again.
Well, no, I was afraid the players, they're so aloof, I feel. You
That's
know,
something
like-
where the PR staff has got to come in and be like, guys,
Guys, just
here's
so you
some
know.
waters. You
That's
know?
fine. Players never know anything. You don't even know where they're playing the next
I know.
game, you know? So sometimes you have to tell them, like, hey, Michael Malone just set a franchise record
Yeah.
for this. Oh,
Well, I
okay.
mean, it's-
Doug Moe was the Nuggets coach from 1981 to
Then you have to
1990.
explain that.
but this
Yeah.
is like a
He
cool.
wore crazy outfits and was known for his high octane offense.
Yeah, this is like a cool scene, but they did use a mop bucket to dump. That definitely had mop water in it.
That's-
No, I mean they didn't dump mop water on it, but like that is used to mop, and then they put clean water
Yeah,
in.
get a
the
good
I see.
shower.
That's hilarious.
But that's still what that'd be like. Hey, I'm sorry, I just splashed you with clean toilet water.
It's so cool that this happened in Los Angeles because, over time, when you are the head coach in the moment, it is about the rotations and what you aren't doing, and we all criticize every little thing, and sometimes rightfully so, right? But with time, that stuff gives way to, for Doug Moe, we remember the outfits, the banner, the offense. You don't remember every night you hated the substitutions. And with Malone, over time, some of the stuff we're going to remember him for, in my opinion, 433 with a marker this time. Some of the
Social
stuff
team
we're
got it
gonna
right.
They
remember-
finally got it.
Some of the stuff we're going to remember him for, in my opinion, are the way he had his thumb on the pulse of the culture, the way he ingratiated himself to the fan base by picking up on everyone's disdain for the Lakers, rallying his players and the fan base around it in the Western Conference Finals. Take that L on the way out, which is to this day plastered on shirts around the city. These are things that we will remember. Along with 433, it'll be a different number because he's not done.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't end on
Over time, that stuff will be prioritized though, and that stuff will be what we remember him for. And it's like the Lakers stuff to me isn't small. It's part of the Malone legacy was just being the voice of the golden era, not missing moments like that, sort of willing to make it personal from his standpoint on behalf of the fan base and the culture. That's all great stuff. That's what we'll remember him for. And so it would have been better if it was in Ball Arena, but the next best thing is to do it against the Lakers because there's something so poetic about that to me.
It really
That's a
is.
great point.
We got to get to our break. We're going to talk about this Malone and Mo thing a lot more on the other side.
Shout out to Circle K.
Shouts.
Shout out.
If you need gas, it's Circle K. There's really no other option. They have an Inner Circle rewards program where you can get 25 cents off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups.
That's not nothing, man. That is
Sign
not
up for
nothing.
that. Email, phone number. You just put your phone number in at the pump. Boom, you're good to go. You get deals every day on food, drinks, and more. Circle K is proud to be along for the ride on our Buff Stampede as well. The Circle K Inner Circle Rewards Program, it's a free membership. You just easy to download. You can hit that QR code there on the screen. Get signed up, takes 5 seconds. You just need your email, phone number, and then you're automatically enrolled. You get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 fill-ups. Deals on food, drinks, more. Circle K, they also have everything you need, food and drink, in the gas station as well. You know, sometimes you're really thirsty, you want a
Sure.
little snack.
Come on,
The gas station actually disappoints. They don't have anything there.
bro.
Circle K never disappoints. Download the Circle K app, sign up for the Inner Circle Rewards Program for exclusive offers, new offers, purchase clubs, and sweepstakes are uploaded weekly. You can find it in the Circle K app under Inner Circle and then offers. Sign up today, the Circle K Rewards Program.
This show is also sponsored by BetterHelp, and if you benefited from therapy, you know that sometimes life is about asking for help, man. It's not really easy to do it all on your own. You really don't have to do it all on your own. And that also is about people in your life as well. You're usually not your best self when you try to go it alone. And so I think being open with professionals can make you a better version of yourself for yourself, but also the people in your life. And that's just a positive cycle that you want to kick off. If you're feeling lost, if you're feeling concerned about anything in your life, don't go it alone. Consider reaching out to BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/DNVR today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DNVR. Yeah, that's it. BetterHelp.com.
All right, back here, segment 3. Throw us a like if you're enjoying it. Hop in the Toyota chat.
Buy the shirt.
Buy the shirt.
I know you want to. Just buy it.
And hit the like even if you don't like it. What do you care?
I don't like this show, but I will like it anyway. There are guys, players, athletes that come through a city for a long time. They leave a small impression. They're maybe a personality. I remember, and I hate to do this to my guy Paul Millsap, but when I reached out to somebody in Atlanta, he was there for like forever, and I was like, "What can you tell me about Millsap? Like, what's your best story?" He's like, "I don't really have any good stories." And I was like, "Man, he's a great player. He's all-star, all this stuff, and whatever." I liked Millsap here. It's not a shot at him, but there are guys that come through. Doug Moe is one of the first names you get to when you talk about the history of sports in Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Doug Moe was, because in addition to being a great coach, he was an A-plus personality. For those of you that don't know, he first was an assistant on the Denver Nuggets in the ABA under Larry Brown. And then he became the head coach in 1980, and he had this fun run-and-gun style, a personality that fit Denver at that time and fit that team at that time. And he was known because of just... There's a funny story one time about how there's a lady who was on a jury, and the judge said, "Ma'am, there's going to be some very foul language and really bad things that are said in this court. Are you comfortable with that?" She said, "Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder. I sit right behind Doug Moe. I've heard everything." The guy was he was a hilarious personality and stuff. So he means something to the city of Denver, even though it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, he's an icon.
He means something. The fact that Michael Malone, in that regard, is his equal, and in many ways his superior, now passing him and obviously brought a championship. But I just mean in terms of personality, it's kind of wild that he's able to be that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of after the fact appreciation for Michael Malone. I hope that this kind of starts
I think it will.
In people's minds the way to contextualize him and like what he's done. He obviously is like the rest of the Denver Nuggets organization that is in the rainforest of Nikola Jokic, where Nikola Jokic's greatness absorbs all of the sun, all of the praise, all of the rain. You're not even mad at him for it. It's just guys like Coach Malone get thought of like, oh, they're Jokic merchants, or
right.
like his accomplishments aren't really viewed in the same light because of how great Nikola Jokic is, but. He has reinvented this team no less than 4 times. He has completely changed the style of play many, many times to accommodate, like if Jamal Murray was out for a season, and first and foremost, like I've said this a lot, but like it bears repeating. It was not a guarantee that Nikola Jokic would have been given the keys to an offense the way that he has. Like, it seems obvious now, but that's not a way that centers play, and it's not a way that people look to have their centers play. Like, you can look at Alperen Şengün in Houston. Like, he could very easily be a type of player like Nikola Jokic, but they're so set on having Jalen Green be their guy, or they just have their own thoughts of playing. I just mean, like,
it's right.
It is a credit that Michael Malone deserves and should be acknowledged. Like, he figured out how to truly unlock Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
And before that, even D-line, and around that time, I mean, Michael Malone, the first thing he did was establish a culture in Denver where there wasn't anything relative to a culture at all before he got here.
At all.
The Nuggets were in a terrible spot after
Brian Shaw
era,
dark.
man. They were a kind of toxic organization. They had nothing going for them. They had no direction out. Nobody wanted to be here. And the first thing Michael Malone did, and me and Adam were covering this team, back then, he established a culture.
Yeah.
He established a culture day one. And that was before Nikola Jokic even became that guy. So he deserves a ton of credit for everything that's happened throughout this entire era. And I think being an NBA head coach might be the toughest job in actually all of sports. Any sport.
I think you might be right.
I think an NBA coach dealing with the personalities, the money, practice, like being an NBA coach is ridiculously hard. And he's kind of just been a steady force, always preaching culture and the right things. And it's been a huge reason why the Nuggets are where they're at today.
And becoming a Hall of Fame coach in front of a microphone,
that's the thing, man.
And that's what you were hitting on. And that's what I was getting on with the Lakers stuff on the other side of the break.
It's a great point.
He did that first, right? Like, before they really became contenders, He understood what the fan base was, what they wanted, what it meant to be a Nugget, what the right rallying cries were. And I just think he deserves a lot of credit for that. And as far as the Jokic stuff goes, the 4 longest tenured coaches in the league right now, and it's a pretty big gap. And Taylor Jenkins, I think, is 5 in Memphis. So it's a pretty big gap. Pop, Spo, Kerr, and Malone. And all of those guys, masters of their crafts, admittedly, have coached their fair shares of Hall of Famers and generational talents. You find one, you establish trust, and you win with one. That's the blueprint. That's how you carve out a legacy as a coach.
Yep.
And if you're lucky, you get the Doug Moe colorful stuff or the Michael Malone quotes, put that in your pipe and smoke it, take that L on the way out. You get all of that. And so that's what we will remember increasingly so as time goes on. He'll evolve from the current head coach of the Nuggets to head coach emeritus, some kind of figure in Nuggets lore that we get to appreciate the same way we appreciate Doug Moe now.
He's like larger than what he is in a weird way. Like Thibodeau's a great coach. Rick Carlisle's a great coach. Budenholzer's a great coach. I couldn't tell you a single thing those guys have ever said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they connect with the city and fan base. No,
Go back in, Derrick Rose.
Michael Malone is the only coach.
Sign Taj Gibson.
The only coach I can really think of to like drink the little shooters with no hands and stuff. You know, to have the little lines at the perfect moment every single time. That's just, he's a big personality.
It is wild that the entire city of Los Angeles, first off, I know that they are so powerless against Nikola Jokic that they have just turned all of their ire towards Michael Malone.
I hope they know that Malone just set a new record against them. I hope that happens.
But it's so beautiful, like the idea that they look at the coach, they're just like, get you Michael Malone, because they can't even imagine doing anything with Jokic.
I think Vogt had some great points because Michael Malone is not from here, although it seems like he is now. He's a Colorado guy now, man. Like, he has totally become a part of this city, and I think a big reason why, like you were saying, is because he's taken on the personality of Nuggets fans. He's
helped establish the personality of Nuggets fans.
He feeds off the disrespect.
Yes.
He feeds off the Nuggets being the guys who are never talked about. He feeds off that and embraces it, and it actually motivates him.
Couldn't agree more.
And I don't think a lot of coaches would have bought into that part of it.
And this is a real point. Take that L on the way out. It was so symbolic. Because the Lakers have always owned the Nuggets.
Yep.
And he was the first guy, before the Nuggets were actually good, you know, he was the first one to be like, no, F that.
Yeah.
F you guys. You don't own us.
It takes the perspective of an outsider, a tough New York guy to come in and be like, wait a minute, you're scared of these clowns? Like, why? And we're like, don't talk to them. They're the Lakers. And he's like, who gives a shit? Like,
you're so right, man.
So great.
It's so great. And again, if any of these threads seem interesting to you, if you'd like to see them pulled on more or fleshed out, thednvr.com for diehards right now. How Michael Malone
become a
built
diehard,
legacy.
man.
Become a diehard.
You can get that shirt for free. Become a diehard.
That's true.
There you go. By the way, we have a game ball to hand out. Kale, who'd we go with? Michael Malone, 433 franchise wins.
Moach of the year.
Moach of the year right there, man.
Coach Malone.
Moach Cologne.
Moach Cologne.
I think it's going to be a pretty cool
I would buy a
moment
Moach Cologne.
Moach Cologne.
on Monday. They're probably going to do something to honor him. That's going to be a pretty cool moment.
I told him this at practice the other day, that whenever it happens, he needs to come out in a plaid suit or a plaid coat. I think that would be pretty cool. I might not go good with a half zip, though. I don't know if that's a
He's
good
got
look.
to fully commit to it.
It's a quarter zip. It's a quarter zip.
And then you just lose to the Knicks or something. You look like a fool the whole time. No, it was incredible, man. Any other players you guys want to hit before we move on that you think? But we'll talk Jamal in the next
Anthony
segment.
Davis?
And I kind of want to hit.
What about the Rui adjustment? How did that go tonight?
I didn't even notice him tonight. Was he playing?
Well, they made the adjustment because
I kind of want to hit Austin Reeves, but like with my fist.
That's not what we meant, actually.
The Lakers are so
I will
funny,
say this:
man.
shout out DeAndre Jordan, and also another shout out to Malone. I like that he is playing Dario. I like that he gave Zeke minutes. I think this is the perfect way to do it.
It is.
You roll him out there because you have DeAndre in your back pocket if you need it. You probably shouldn't play DeAndre too many minutes. 2 stints might be too many minutes, honestly, because teams will figure out he has limitations. But you give another guy a spot, it's like, didn't work out tonight. DeAndre, go in there and get big and play physical. And DeAndre has been doing his job.
Honestly, 4 minutes and 43 seconds. broke even in the plus minus.
Huge win.
Does that sound modest to you? Had Dario Saric in the same time, minus 12.
Yeah.
So it can go a lot worse.
With 0 points.
It can go a lot worse. And then also, guys, Trey Alexander played 10 minutes.
I know.
This has been a different Michael Malone this year, and that's
10
been
minutes.
evident from the second game of the season, man.
Well-
he's adjusting quicker. He's throwing different guys out there. This is a different guy.
Dude, no one learns more from failure than Michael Malone. And
Well-
he's had to have a fair amount of it.
And one thing I will say though to that is, who else was he going to play?
He could have played Zignac.
Some of this is, I think, because I agree with you. Michael Malone has been playing the right guys, but there are no options, and that was part of the storyline.
He could have
this year.
stuck with the point is he in years past, and at times he can be what seems to be a little stubborn,
But
that he like Dario Saric is the backup, so that he's going back in and like he went away from that, and he's shown the ability. I mean, like that's always the biggest criticism is that it feels like he never makes the adjustment fast enough.
But there's no Davon Reed this year. There's no Holiday. Like that's the
For
point.
sure.
So it's like I don't know. Am I going to go Hunter or Trey Alexander? It's almost like doesn't matter. Play one of them, and he played good tonight.
for sure.
Trey Alexander came in and hit a 3. It was
Yeah.
actually pretty good dope.
I don't think he's playing under the old Michael Malone, but he got thrown out there. Looks okay. Looks a little competent.
Yeah, these are good minutes for him to go out and pull him up. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we'll talk about Jamal, who honestly had some good stuff tonight, but is the one guy that you still are kind of waiting. Like the engines haven't fully fired for the Nuggets till they fire for him. Still waiting, but we'll talk about that.
Westera Credit Union, founded in 1934 right here in Colorado. They've got 9 locations in Denver, and they're all about helping members financially prosper. As a member of Westera Credit Union, you see that come through in every interaction. It's all about the local community with these guys, founded in 1934, like I said. $100 for new members. You want to hear more about that?
Yeah.
Season's greetings from Westera Credit Union. The holiday season from November 13th through December 31st. They're going to give your wallet a gift. New members who open a Smart Money checking or Money Market Select account will get $100 on January 2nd.
What?
Just $100 from Westera Credit Union.
I'm guaranteed to lose my wallet. Right
All
before,
you have
so.
to do is open one of those accounts, enroll in digital banking. You're going to get $100. Visit WesteraCU.com/become a member to learn more. Membership eligibility required, insured by NCUA. Restrictions and conditions apply.
Breckenridge Brewery, man, you guys know we love our Breck beers here at DNVR, so much so that you could even say, in fact, I'm supposed to say that they're the official craft beer of DNVR. They've got a beer for any occasion. They've got Nuggets beers, Broncos beers, Avs beers. The Avalanche Amber Ale, I think, transcends Colorado culture. I feel like I was aware of that before I moved here.
Definitely.
The Avalanche Amber Ale, that one's all over the place. And the new West Coast style IPA, the Ridge Runner, it's in a sweet green can. In addition to their great taste, D-Line, I'm sure you can co-sign this. Great branding at Breckenridge Brewery.
Beautiful branding.
Beautiful branding. It's one of my favorite things about the way they do it there. And then here's a really great tool. It's called the Beer Locator. So, they have lots of different kinds of beers. You go to the Beer Locator at breckbrew.com. You tell it exactly what kind of beer you want. And it tells you where the nearest one is down to a 1/10 of a mile. What a treat. Shout out Breck Brew.
Shout them out, man.
And no one's been better to us as a company over our history
true.
than
We love
Breck,
Breck
man.
Brew.
We're feeling a lot of gratitude lately, man, for
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. All right, let's talk Jamal. So tonight he has 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal. He was a plus 20 in his 30 minutes. The shot's still hit or miss. He did go 2 of 4 from 3 tonight.
Make or miss league.
And he's not getting into the paint. That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing. And like even tonight, there's no shake to him, and he's not getting into the paint. He is doing some other stuff. I think his defense also has been pretty rough this year, including I thought early on in this game it wasn't so good. Second half, Nuggets dominating. I don't want to rag on him. This is a vibey night. Nuggets dominated. But it was, I do think he missed some shot. He missed a layup down the stretch. He missed a free throw. He's missing some shots where you could tell right now a lot of this is just mental for him. He's in a mental funk. I don't want to say like the yips, 'cause I think that is too far. But I do think it is a mental challenge that he is going through right now with this season. And tonight was an extension of that. But I do think he's battling it. I mean, if I can say that.
There was an interview that he did with Katie Wingy, and he was kind of talking about the struggles of playing all the time and things that are happening in your life. Whatever. The thing about Jamal Murray, and people are mad at me now because I'm not attacking him with enough ferocity for people's appetite, but the thing is about Jamal Murray is that he's out of shape. Jamal Murray is out of shape. And for me, I look at it and I'm like, that's disappointing. He's a professional athlete. He's not taking his craft as seriously as he should. He's at risk of wasting the gifts that God gave him. And that's offensive to a lot of people. And I fall into that same camp as well.
You understand that. I know how you feel about that specific thing in people.
I certainly feel that way. But I also can see that Jamal is still in there. And
he is.
And my feeling is like he's going to get in better shape as the season goes on. I don't like that this is his plan. Like to get in shape by playing basketball as opposed to taking it upon himself to get in great shape whenever they have time off. They had a big break, and not surprisingly, he looked slower when they came back. I don't know what his life is like, but it is weird to me that he is not committed to his fitness level the way that other players seem to. But I know that Jamal is still there. Like, it is weird to me that people are just like, they want to kill Jamal Murray after everything that he's done for this team and who he's been and who we've seen. I just have and maybe it's because of where we are in the world. Like, I'm just like not into negativity right now. There's just so much of it. Like, everything sucks. Everyone's mad about everything. Like, I just am taking a route and an approach of patience with Jamal Murray. You know, like,
I mean, the one thing I'll push back on that is I understand it because you're right that like on Twitter and stuff, people want to like just like
I totally get it.
But at the same time, our job is to analyze and. Part of the analysis is like,
for sure,
this is a team sport. Everyone has to kind of pull their weight. I will say this: the conditioning thing is a real thing.
Totally.
I think right now is different though. I almost feel like it's more mental and emotional. That he's just in a little spot right now where he has to kind of find his footing, and the conditioning plays a part of that. But I think it's something else. Do you kind of feel the same way?
Yeah, the conditioning's definitely.
It's part of it, but it's not all of it.
It's not all of it. As far as the actual basketball and just sort of. Not necessarily mentally, where is he at, all that stuff, which I think is worth talking about, but just the actual basketball, it's just the inability to turn a corner that's really scary.
Totally.
It's just been so long. And then you watch, some younger guards, they get a window and it's just quick. They're just able to get to the rim. Even if they don't finish, they get there. They get the shot up. And right now, Murray's probing around picks and then he never really gets there.
Almost ever.
And so to me, that's the part that there could be a good game here, a bad game there. He could shoot well here. But consistently, he's not getting penetration anymore. He's not separating very well. And that's hard. That's the scary part. It was better tonight than it was in the last game for sure. But, it's a lower bar than a lot of people would like for it to be.
Yeah, he's just kind of lost it, it feels like. He's just kind of lost it. The confidence, the swagger, the burst.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have it. And
the emotion even. And that's part of what I'm talking about. Is like he at his best is an extremely emotional player.
Yeah. It's the only missing component of this team. And it's kind of been that way for a lot of this season. Which I think you can look at as a good and bad thing. It's a bad thing because if Jamal doesn't find it, I don't think the Nuggets are winning a championship.
It is I think that is a fact.
They're not sniffing it.
That's a full fact.
But then again, the fact that it's the only thing missing right now means that this team is in a very good place, except for that.
I will say this, and this is my own hunch. I'm not reporting on anything. This is my own hunch. I always read the tea leaves. Been at this arena a little bit lately. I think the MMA departure to New York was a turning point. I think it was a turning point because I do think there is a level of like, and this is true across the NBA, almost all teams. Superstars get away with whatever they want. And everybody kind of just like grins and bears it. And I think that one, and just the loss, the following, all this stuff, I think there was a little bit of a turning point, whether it was something that was spoken, I don't know that, I'm not saying I've heard anything. But I think that there was like a vibe shift with Jamal there in a way that like he probably even senses. And it's like, hey man, let's just break this down. Yoke's been better than I expected.
Way better, yeah.
Way better. I mean, he's been perfect. Peyton Watson's been better than I thought. Christian Brown's been better than I thought. Westbrook's been better than I thought. You go down the list, almost everybody's been better than we thought they were going to be, but the team is more or less what we thought they would be, and it's because Jamal's the one guy. And I look at that in two ways. One, it's concerning, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Until it happens, I get why people will doubt it. But the flip side of that is, if everything is better than we thought it would be except for one thing, that one thing gets up to speed.
Right.
course.
That's what I'm saying.
Nuggets can be anything.
And AG comes back. No, I've even sensed
Michael
over the
Porter.
past week plus, like Jamal is feeling the sentiment
that's what I'm getting at.
like he has seemed a lot more taken back, like a lot more introspective, a lot more like, and obviously I'm looking at this from afar, but just in what I've seen, like typically Jamal, has a healthy dose of ego, and he sort of like is a devil may care attitude and sort of just does what he wants, and he's skated by on, reputation and past performance. And, especially last year, he just worked, like pretty lazily and just assumed that he would be able to turn it on at the end, and it proved false. He wasn't able to do it, but in the
And
last...
I think, and I think that was big because
do
I
too.
think he's always gotten away with it, and that was the first time he didn't. So now what's the lesson?
I completely agree, but I think he started off confident this year, and I see him now looking around and being like, oh wow, I'm like losing all of my support here.
I would say personally I disagree with that. It's a fair perspective to have, but personally I don't think so. I think there's been a weird vibe with him going, all along. But like I said, I think it's coming to a head. And I'll tell you this, and this is this type of stuff we read into. We talked to Westbrook this week at practice, and I asked him something about when you came on media day. You said, I am here to make Jamal the best version that he can be. And I asked him, where do you feel you are in that? And he said, still observing, something to the effect of that, like I'm still learning him. Still figuring out who he is. And I kind of get the sense there, and here's my hot take for the season. There's going to be a pivot point in the year at some point that likely has to do with some kind of confrontation between Westbrook and Jamal. And I'm not saying like because they don't like each other. I think Westbrook was brought in here to have a confrontation with Jamal. And I think that he is probably, learning. He's like observing. I think Russ is actually kind of wise in these weird ways, where I think he's just kind of like, all right, I got to know who this guy is before I say something. And I think he's learning.
It's like when you join a new company, you don't want to be the loud guy.
Come right in.
You don't want to come in and just start throwing opinions left and right, criticizing guys, and really being loud. You want to sit back for a little bit,
Observe.
Well, he said
and then you can be loud when it's the right time.
He said 100 times. You said it. He wants to learn them as people. He's actually used those words, and so that's part of it. Is he essentially trying to figure out what makes these guys tick before he starts pressing buttons? And I get that too. There's a little moment tonight. Russ hit. I guess it was maybe the last three that he hit of the night. Dagger, and he had some words for the Lakers crowd, and he's yelling at someone. And in the shot, Murray is right behind him, and Russ is barking, and Murray just lets a little one out too, just a little bit, like he says something too, and it's just like a flicker of it,
Yeah.
And it just reminded me like Murray used to be that guy.
Yeah.
And so I just hope that ember is fanned and not stomped out,
And when I say confront, I use the wrong word because I said it confronts Jamal. I don't think it's about confronts. It's challenges. I think at some point Russ is going to have the moment where it's like, right now is my moment, and I have to get this guy, and and that's being a part of the team. Sometimes you have to be called out by somebody, and I think that moment will come at some point, and I really hope that it's the final piece. We got a lot of time, but it's the final piece. Any final thoughts, fellas?
What a night, baby.
Belt to ass.
I got a quick shout out. PJ Hall got his first bucket tonight as an NBA player.
He did.
And
I saw him.
an assist from Hunter Tyson, his buddy.
Dude,
Dang.
what do you think the Lakers fans were feeling at that point?
Oh, PJ Hall's dunking. They're like, what?
They're like, wait, who?
Should you start Googling, guys? Can we actually really quickly acknowledge Jokic with the greatest missed field goal of all time?
Oh my God.
The greatest missed field goal attempt.
What was it?
The full court tip that somehow
with
went
0.3 seconds left.
How did it make the
Well,
distance?
first of all,
the floor?
nobody tries that shot because everybody is scared of shooting it at the end of a quarter.
Is that
for
one
their
of his misses?
Stupid 3-point percentage.
Man, his 3-point percentage dropped.
His 3-point
percentage
percentage dropped tonight.
Yeah.
I think it went 2 of 5.
30
30 almost made it.
Dude, what about the one that he did make where it was just a deflection up
He had that too.
He was on the descent too. Like if you think about that, it's really hard. If you jump up and meet it at the top and tap it, that's really hard. But he
the
was on the
bottom, yeah.
descent
I know.
and tapped it. That's impossible.
We were watching. I got the privilege of watching the game tonight with a girl who has not seen the Nuggets before, or like has not really paid attention. I was trying to explain Jokic, and then after a while, I was like, and she's like, "Yeah, I get it.
I get it, man. Plus 39. The MVP conversation is going to be hilarious this year.
I can't wait.
It's honestly, how does the MVP conversation
I'm so
get more
built for this,
ridiculous
man.
every year?
I've never been more built for anything.
Hey, to put a bow on it though, fellas, Lakers have picked up some wins.
Yeah.
And that's a team that you're kind of neck and neck with right now in the standings.
They're
And-
trash.
They stink.
They're
No,
trash.
here's my point. That's a big win. That's a nice win.
Yeah, for sure.
It is a nice win.
Every win is
They're still trash, though.
You know what it is? Did this happen last year? I can't remember. I think
When
it
they
was.
won the cup?
Yeah, no. It was last year. I swear to God, I'll go to my grave believing this. LeBron was like, all right, we lost in the conference finals. We're close. And opening night, banner night, they're like, remember, we had conversations.
Oh,
We're
the
ready.
conversation.
And the Nuggets put belt to ass that night, too. And I
Dude,
swear to
it's
God,
always
LeBron,
belt to ass.
And I swear to God, LeBron was like, all right, well, I'm going to get to 40,000 points this year. That's what my season's about. Tonight,
What do you
I don't
think-
think the Lakers are going to cave, but I'll bet you there is a little bit like,
Yeah, what do you-
yeah, we're not the top.
Do you think? What do you
dogs.
think? You think LeBron and AD had some conversations before this game?
Yeah, I'm,
They'll never
I'm
talk
sitting out
again.
tomorrow.
They'll never talk again. All right, let's get some super chats in. Kel, how many we got?
40.
Wow.
Whoa!
Can we play the Lakers?
I know.
Nuggets play the
night.
Lakers
Can we
every
just
night?
play
Yeah,
every
what is
night?
this? Jokic versus the Lakers? We got 40.
Wilson the Ghost, from Moutier to Murray, Gallinari to Gordon, Jokic to Jokic. Big congrats to Malone with 433.
Let's go, Coach
wins.
Malone.
That's right,
Coach
baby.
Malone.
I love Russell Westbrook.
Big Honey's gonna say it. He doesn't care who hears it.
I don't care who hears it.
I don't know how
love
much.
Russell
I don't care how
Westbrook.
much it costs.
Christian
I love him too, man.
DeShazer. Westbrook might save our season. He and Jokic are reaching a new peak of offensive brilliance.
I mean-
Mr. Exquisite Nugget, how we feel, Denver? Who's your daddy? LA losers.
Let's
LA
go.
losers. That was a good
Scotty
burn.
Folks. Scotty Folks. Westbrook is the best six man in the league right now. Do you guys think he has a shot to win the award?
You know what's funny,
Yes.
man? He's a high-profile enough player that he absolutely gets to be in the conversation,
be
whether
in
he
it.
wants it or
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
and he kind of warrants it. So why not?
Also, if there's any momentum of the Nuggets bench being better, he's going to get all the credit.
Dude, how dope is this? You know what is cool? Westbrook stands, Jokic stands coming together, learning mutual
Do
appreciation.
not let us win a championship with Russell Westbrook. I'm just warning everyone.
Westbrook would be an all-time parade guy too, man. I just
Stairway
know
to
it.
Serbia, winning an 8-leg that was $800. Malone breaking the record, and it coming from another masterclass ass whooping to LA. Fellas, what a tasty, scrumptious, immaculate,
Yum, yum,
exquisite
yum,
treat.
yum, yum,
Love
yum,
when you
yum,
guys
yum,
share
yum,
the
yum.
wins with us, man. That's awesome, man.
Lumi, my love for Westbrook is so high, I want him to retire as a Nugget. His final home should be with the Jokic dynasty. Brody's your daddy.
That would be a dope way for that to go. He's like, you know what? This is it. I'm just gonna play here until it's over.
Vladislav, back-to-back, check. Traveled from Denver to LA, check. Win, check. Congrats, Moch.
Congrats, Coach Malone.
Coach Malone,
AKA
that is.
Mo.
To you.
Andrew Sullivan. Congrats, Malone, on the wins record, and the Nuggets better hang his name and win total up next to Jokic's in the Ball Arena rafters.
There you
They
go.
will.
Be interesting to see how they handle it, because
Yeah.
there is a coaching banner up there, and it is out of date. Freddie, there was a LeBronto. Now we have Yoke Angeles.
I've seen Yoke Angeles. I've also seen Nicole
La.
LA.
I like Nikola.
I'm there for both,
LA.
man. Ben Max, Steel fan. Russ served a cold plate of revenge tonight. Boom, bitch.
Mukbang.
Mukbang.
D-line, I don't know if you heard the guys in the bar last night. Every time a guy hit a Nugget hit a three, they gave it 3 big booms. I just thought you would have loved it. CJ Jones, congrats, Moch. I have hate in my heart for that Christie heave to ruin the Munder. So
Oh,
true,
I know.
dude.
That's
Dude,
the one
I
thing
know.
they
We
took
were
from
actually
us.
pretty sour about that too.
That's
I'm
the
surprised
one thing.
we didn't go
great
off on
call,
that
CJ.
nonsense.
Yeah, you know what? Left us hungry a little.
Let's keep this going against the Knicks.
Let's do it.
Peter Duck, Jokic was cheesing at the end there. LOL. AD who?
Was he? He was cheesing?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Big Honey,
it.
Yoke held AD to 14 points on 6 of 19 shots.
Yo.
And they still say this man doesn't play
Someday
defense.
people will
Well,
learn
it's,
how
I mean,
good of
it's
a
not fair
defender he
though.
is,
It's not
man.
fair to the Lakers run a second out of a back-to-back.
Oh, that is true, man. They were with
Pat-
travel. With travel.
With
AD's got to
travel.
carry them. Got to carry.
Pat Kelly, if you told me back in college, early 2000s, I like that he dated it, that the Lakers would be the Nugs get-right game, there's
Dude.
no way I would have believed. I love it so
Hey,
much.
this was a get right
so
game,
good.
man.
I'm telling you,
It's so
man.
nice to have
We
a
needed
get
a
right
get
game
right
on the
game.
schedule.
We went to a playoff game against the Lakers, and my friend got punched in the back of the head. It was a
Wait, really?
It was a whole thing, man.
Jeez.
And it wasn't a get-right game. We lost that game. And these are the better times. We're living in
yeah.
the best timeline. We just don't acknowledge it.
Lumi, CB is hard clearing KCP, plus 10 assists, plus 10. Assists, 11 minutes. Brody off the bench is hard clearing Reggie Jackson. Brown's ceiling is still higher than people's think. Sorry, guys. It's my first time reading.
Yeah.
This one is tough.
You're doing a good job.
Vogt is right. Seeing a guard able to throw an entry pass is like a man lost in the desert finding water. Brown turns one over each game, for example.
Good point.
I like that he got Brown correctly spelled, but Vogt couldn't handle it.
Vogt. It's so true, though, man. It's a lost start. You know who knows that? Michael Malone. He hates it.
Yeah.
Cole Bressler, connect a fan. Reeves is auraless, and Daddy is home. Take the L. Most of the Nuggets are good, and my joy is back.
Let's go,
Let's
dude.
go. Most of the Nuggets are good.
That's all we need. Most of them.
That's true.
Cade Palmer, me and my best friend, who is a Lakers fan, flew to LA for the game, leaving Yoke Angeles a winner.
Whoa.
Take that
dude.
W on the way out, brother.
Jokic.
Take
I
that
hope
W
you're
on the
leaving
way
your
out.
friend.
Jay, shit work tonight. Hashtag
Shirt, I think.
Oh my God.
Both.
Hey, you know what?
Don't
Let it rip.
apologize.
She did say shirt work tonight. Hashtag take that out. Oh, that's right, because she wore it to the bar.
She wore it.
Yesterday? Last night?
Hell yeah.
Harlow Robinson, $50 from the great
Our
Alaskan
guy.
adventurer.
Thank
My
you.
guy, man.
Great bounce back
50
win.
peso. Damn.
Jivali from your
man.
Alaskan homie.
Hell yeah, dude.
Harlow, you're the best, dude.
He
It was
really
really cool
is,
to meet you,
man.
man. Really cool to meet you. 5555-ish. I'm sorry. 55555-ish.
Oh, man, he got some run tonight. Let's do it. Let's update it.
Yay, garbage time Zeke minutes. 58:01 minutes down. Only 496 minutes and 59 seconds till 555. Baby, just, I know tracking this is cost.
You know what? We really
something.
shot ourselves in the foot assigning him this for the super chat because
We didn't assign him this.
No, he asked. He was asking what should he do this year. We were like Zeke Najee to 555
We
minutes.
couldn't
or
have given
something.
him something better.
We?
I think he said he wanted a Zeke Najee theme thing, and we're like, get him. To
I have no
555
memory
minutes.
of this.
His girlfriend's like, "Are you coming to bed?" He's like, "Hang on,
Gotta calculate. Gotta
I'm
do
doing
some
some
Yeah,
calculation.
does anyone see, where's my graphing calculator?
It's gonna
right.
take all year to get.
Minus
if that
one.
happens in game 82, though,
Oh, +1.
we're gonna get like 3 minutes of Zeke garbage time in game 82. It'll be amazing.
He also says maybe the formula going forward is give Zeke Sharich the first half minutes, then give DJ the second
That's
half
exactly
minutes
it.
DJ the closer.
until we make a move. Druid trading LeBronto equals Nikola.
Yeah.
Nice T-shirt, D-line. 10 out of
Hey.
10.
Thanks.
Go to Brown Town, everybody.
Available now at thednvr.com. Drunk Philosophy. Can we trade Murray yet? He's a 15.65 ego.
Man, save that for the losers
I know.
lounge.
Yeah, come on.
Teens on acid. Fire Maloners in shambles. Doomers in the trash. Who's your daddy, baby?
That was a very Reddit.
I love it.
Druid trading LeBronto equals Nikola.
Let's go, dude. Many are saying it.
A lot
Ken
of people are
Patterson,
saying
Doug
it.
Moe interviews with Utah head coach Frank Layden were hilarious.
I bet, man.
I'll have to defer to the older heads on this one. Jeremy J. Rock, Mikhail. It's actually pronounced Michael. Wow, literally argued with a lot of Denver media and fans over the years. Coach Malone built a culture. All-time daddy. Put that in your pipe.
It's so
All-time
true, man.
daddy.
It's so
so
true.
good.
Like that's the real tragedy is again like how Malone is somehow going through racking all this up with no appreciation during his life.
And he still hasn't come to the bar
He's going to
yet.
be Van Gogh later
Yeah,
on. And
he
be
does
like,
have one
we
flaw."
worked with no appreciation during his actual time.
Come to the bar. I'm taking that article down. Big sports guy. LaFraud James. Anthony Davis. Rui hardly mattered. Clam Reddish. Exhausted Reeves. Fulton Connect. D'Angelo Russell. Insult in itself.
Yeah, he sucks.
Oh, man. And this one, guys, is from Chunk Dick Wells Burner. Joker had the greatest missed shot in history tonight. Can't believe he attempted a full court tip in. It was more like a full court Highlander palming of the ball. Speaking of tips, want to hear a joke about a pencil with a broken tip? Never mind, guys. It's pointless.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
X
Hell
Factors.
yeah, dude.
Love you guys. Happy Turkey Day and Xmas. Win or loss. Always a good listen. Thank you, X Factor.
Man, that's
Thank
the
you
best,
very
man. We
much.
appreciate the people that appreciate.
Roly Poly. Still waiting for the blue sorrow. I mean arrow.
Hey, again, save it for the losers lounge. We appreciate it, but
Or whatever. I mean, just
Vale Tolle or
Feel the
Valet
vibes.
Tolle or Vale Toll. You know, I don't know. Coach Milonovic, DNVR GOAT.
let's go.
He is a quarter Serbian. So.
Timur Tahir. Players poured water on Malone and the only one sitting was Zeke. Kind of sad, but also hilarious. Zeke Zeke may not love Malone. That's just a guess. That's a guess. That's a
you know what?
guess.
That's
I don't think he has like a lot of. He
Yes.
doesn't have a lot of reason
Yeah.
to.
Like, hey, thanks,
Oh,
coach.
it's you. All right.
That's hilarious.
Can't decide which is better, Yoke Angeles or Nicole LA.
Nikola
Super
LA
chat-
looks better.
Yeah, but
written,
but you
Yoke
get it.
Angeles
is
sounds
better.
better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You've got it right there. Decided this AM to drive up to LA for this one. Take the L. Amazing to see Westbrook. Oh, little reference. Silence the LA haters. Driving back to San Diego, listening to the DNVR fellas.
Hell
Great
yeah.
day. Shout out to the amazing producer, Kale.
Shout out Kale. Big shout out.
Kale.
I'm glad that wasn't. Are we sure he's not driving back to South Dakota? Can we be positive?
You know what? You're right. It's on the table. Drive safely either way. True trading. Age difference between LeBron and his youngest brother is almost 40 years. Kind of wild. All right. Kyle M. I've been only able to catch the end of the stream, but I just wanted to shout out MPJ. He is currently leading all Nuggets in total minutes.
Wow.
Whoa, that's
Played.
wild.
Great stat,
That's a
Kyle.
wild stat.
Yeah, guys.
He's probably
Porter-
played in every game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's proud of that too, man. He's
Yeah.
really
Very
proud
proud
of
of
that.
And he should be. That's actually a very big accomplishment for
Zeke
him.
would give, as Josh says, Zeke would give Calvin Booth a water bath any day of the week for that contract.
That's right. It's like, hey, well, yeah, Zeke, why are you mad at Malone? He made you rich, man. You know? Guys, it's fun, man. These, like I said, the season gives you a lot of good moments, but nights like this, you know, you gotta cherish them, man.
They're not much. They don't get much sweeter, do they,
don't
fellas?
get much
They
sweeter
don't.
than embarrassing and crushing the hopes of the Lakers. Nuggets did that tonight.
What a night.
Just to, hey, guys, just to get right game.
Just to get right,
to get
game,
right.
man.
No, like it's good. It's good to.
We have tomorrow off. It's like the first
What?
day
That feels
off
weird.
in forever.
What should we
Is
do with
tomorrow
our
a
hands?
get right day for us?
It's our get right day, yeah.
I might sleep all the way until Monday. Everybody, thanks so much for hanging out with us all the time. Do us a favor, subscribe, buy the shirt, do all those things that support us. Check out Vogt's article on Michael Malone. He's been working on it all week. Certain to be a banger. See you guys on Monday.
We all silly like the mayor.